survivors! It's your favorite Archmage artist, Neo! Here to cast a spell on your brain to help it bear the fruit of knowledge. Totally not for a new spell or anything. Anyways, today we're going to cast a drawing spell and summon a furry head, this time from a 3/4 angle. Now, keep in mind that anthropomorphic heads can be a bit harder to draw rather than a human head. Furries have multiple different aspects to them that can make them a bit tricky to get the hang of, but my magic will guide you through and only incinerate one or two of you. First things first, we need our summoning circle, and in that circle we are going to put guidelines, just like our last lesson. These will tell us where everything goes. Since we are summoning from 3/4, which, by the way, is what we call the angle between front-facing and side profile, we are going to move the line and also curve it a bit. This is because when the face is seen from this angle, the character's features will contour a bit more. So instead of a summoning circle, think of it like a summoning ball. The curve will also help tell us where to put the curves in the eyes. Here's an example. Eyes curve a bit more downward when looking down and curve up when looking up. Makes sense, right? This is because the eyes are round shapes with flesh draped over them. You're basically following the curvature of the eye when you're drawing them. Now, let's give this poor thing some ears so it can hear my commands and destroy my enemies, leaving nothing but bloodshed in its wake. Ears are cute. Ears are usually hollow, and this is something you have to keep in mind when you draw animal ears. Think of a column that has been split in half. When you draw this shape, be sure to add an incomplete line. This way we can see that part of the ear overlaps the other one. Otherwise, it'll look more like a solid shape rather than an ear. Next is the muzzle. Personally, I would suggest drawing the muzzle towards the end of the summoning session because of how much it can mess with the features. The muzzle is a large protruding object coming out of the face, so it's important to understand where everything else goes first, then map out the muzzle around it. When it comes to the muzzle of most animals, you must always visualize it as a 3D object when mapping it out. This is where the delicate magic of drawing furries can be a bit volatile. The muzzle will usually block something out of view. Being aware of what's being blocked out and where things will lie after the muzzle is added is a huge challenge. Like so. We should start drawing the muzzle from in between the eyes and give it a rectangle shape. Then once that is done, we can add the nose on top. Now, time to do something about that head shape. After all, this life we're creating may be an abomination to God, but let's make it a nice one. Just like before, our head is going to be a diamond. You have to envision it as if it's been distorted into a new perspective. When we draw it slightly distorted, it's easier to see the distance between features. The fluff here is going to be very similar to the last time in terms of teardrop shapes. However, you want to keep in mind how thick the fur is as well as how long it is. Think of how fur is dispersed through the body. This will help us determine how and where we should draw it. And that's how you summon a 3/4 angle furry head. Join me next time where I'll discuss how to draw a side angle. And remember, survivors, stay curious because there's always mysteries out there.